You're watching this video, welcome to the Gig Economics YouTube channel. This one is called Gig With Us. The actual title that you're clicking on might be something different. It might have been an ad, it might have been somewhere else, but the actual video title of this is called Gig With Us. Because as far as gig economics goes, Zane Miller, hi, I'm the disembodied voice. The person that you can see in the video is Callan. I'm the person behind the slide. Yeah. So Callan was just nice enough to sit here with me as I was like, oh, I need to just randomly talk about this stuff. So anyway, so you're going to want to gig with us because you've watched some other videos and you're like, these guys seem like they know what they're doing, because we do. But if you're somebody who's like, but I want to be on the channel, I want you to talk about me and my product and how awesome it is, well, then it's a good thing you're watching this video. The basic process of what you would do to gig with us, you'd be interviewed by a moderator of Gig Economics. It would be me or Callan or somebody else, or maybe a robot, because we might be doing this 15 years from now and we've all been assimilated in some sort of matrix. I don't know. But the point is that you'll be able to share your product with share your product or service with the world, with people who actually know how to do this. And then if you wanted to, we could continue further in a private conversation and further your business, well, further, because that's the whole point of gig economics. You don't just stop at one job. Why would you just, oh yeah, that's the one gig? You couldn't really necessarily say that you had a series of gigs or even a job, because that's, to me, in the context of this YouTube channel, and I will ask for feedback from Callan as well. A gig is something that you do once and you're like, yep, I did that once. But if you can do it multiple times over and over and over again, and then continuously get paid more for that same job or that same gig, you now have a job. You have now turned a gig into a job, or actually a business, because that's what business owners do, right?
I would say you have a revenue stream.
Hey, that's even better.
And
that's why I asked Callan to be here.
And that is really a lot about what gig economics is. It's about creating individual one-off opportunities and then turning them into multiple revenue streams in order to improve your lifestyle and get you more freedom.
Yeah, see, I think Callan explained it better than I could. When like the difference between a business and a job is simply the difference between understanding one gig and multiple gigs.
I think so.
Yeah, no, I wanted to sort of let that hang just in case we wanted to use that as a clip for other stuff, because that seemed to work really well. So yeah. So a big thing here is getting exposure that you normally wouldn't. One of the big reasons why you see Callan here is because I respect him a lot. He's somebody that I want to have more exposure. He's someone who's literally helping me get more exposure than I normally would. Then, hey, if I went to something like Gig Economics, was like, hey, will you guys interview me and my product and service and talk about how special I am? Like, you know, having somebody like Callan is like having somebody who's like an admiral telling all of your battleships exactly where to go. And you don't have to. Like, if you have lots of gigs like I do, Callan's the kind of guy who's like, no, that's good. He did that a couple of times. He was like, oh, you have that? Oh my. What? And then he fixed it. And, you know, so getting exposure that you normally wouldn't is a little bit further context beyond what we're talking about in this specific video when we say gig with us. It's a very simple interview. In fact, very low pressure. We take care of everything. We ask a very simple series of questions that highlight your product or service. And then we sit down just like we are right now, like you're seeing. You can see the little tile there with Callan, and we chat about your product or service, and then we do some editing and make it look good. And then it shows up on the Gig Economics YouTube channel in its own little awesome playlist, so that when other people are looking at the Gig Economics, they're like, hey, well, what is this thing, this Gig Economics? Then they start seeing your stuff, and then they start seeing the gig economics world, at least in context of this YouTube video, through your lens. And then, hey, so yeah, there's a reason why we're doing it like this, because we want to find more people who want to gig with us. This won't be around for very long, which is also why you should click subscribe and then also the bell. Because nowadays, it's not just about subscribing. You have to click the bell. Like, if you're really interested in gig economics, you really should click the bell, and then also click the link to join the Facebook group. Because if you want to talk about anything about this video, you're going to want to join the Facebook group, and then jump on the post that talks specifically about this so nobody gets lost, right? So you want to get that exposure that you normally wouldn't, but before you get that, you're going to have to click the link, subscribe, all that other kind of stuff. Callan, what do you think?
The Facebook group is going to be a great place for you to come in, meet other people that are like-minded in the terms of understanding what they want out of the gig lifestyle. You know, you'll get more information. You'll be able to ask questions, get instant feedback to things as people send and receive comments, and then intermingled with being subscribed to the channel. So it's kind of like when those blockbuster movies come out and you watch the movie and you're like, yes, this is amazing. And then you're waiting for that next movie to drop. And in the meantime, you're on forums and message boards talking about it incessantly. That's exactly what we're doing. Yes. So subscribe, join the channel.
Yeah. And to that end, you're going to want to be more involved. Unlike I was when I didn't watch Firefly right away. I waited 10 years before I watched the one season of Firefly that everyone talked about. But I did it 10 years after the fact. And then I was just like, oh, and then I went through the same exact stages of grief everyone else did, but 10 years after everyone else experienced those stages of grief. So I just looked like an idiot. I was running around the internet going, where's Firefly? And everybody's points at conversations that happened 7 years ago.
Don't wait for Gig Economics season 2.